are so glad you guys are here. Tonight is senior night, if you didn't know that, which means our seniors are going to be joining us up on stage tonight, and Pastor Mark is going to interview them kind of about the years that they were here at TSM, so we're super excited to have them. And then we get to go and have roses. Who's ready for roses? Did y'all know we were having roses tonight? Okay. Yes, we're having roses. But first, I need you guys to check in for me. So pull your phones out. I know you normally check in small group. Pull your phones out. You're going to type in, if you are in high school, you're going to type in the word impact. And if you're in junior high, 7th, 8th, you're going to type in the word impact 1. And here's the church number. Are you ready? It's 441 7477. Try it again. 817. So 817-441. He's got it. Go, Luke. 7477. Luke just had a fun call. Anyway, I love it. Okay, does everybody get it? Impact, if you are a 9th through 12th grader. Impact 1, if you are a 7th or 8th grader. Did everybody do it? Please. Awesome. Y'all are amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pray for you guys, and then Pastor Mark's going to come out, and then we'll have our seniors come up, okay? Would you bow your heads with me? Dear Heavenly Father, God, we just thank you for who you are. God, I thank you for every student in this room, and I thank you for bringing them here tonight. God, every single one of these students in this room is going to be a senior one day, and we're going to get to celebrate them. But tonight, you have a group of students that is ready to launch and to go and live out their walk for you. And so I just ask you to allow them to be brave, to be strong as they get up on stage. God, that they can speak out of what you've taught them over the last several years. And that all these other students can see their heart, hear their heart, God, and can learn something from them. So we thank you for this evening. We thank you for each one of these seniors and each one of these students and leaders in this room. And we ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Not yet. So, some of you, actually, yeah, if you're a senior, go ahead and join me on stage. Sit anywhere, except there. That's mine. I want to make sure we have enough seats first. That one's mine. He's here to pass the mic. Yeah, we're good. Let's put this one over here. How about that?
Yeah, there we go.
Will that work? Right there, Will. That one's mine. That way I'm not looking down the whole time. Okay, so let's start down there with William. All right, I want you to say your name, where you're graduating from, and what your plans are next, whatever that may be. Okay?
Okay, is it on? I can't hear it being on. That's so weird. I'm William. I'm homeschooled. I don't have any particular plans, just wherever God wants to lead me, you know.
Hi, I'm Madeline. I'm also homeschooled, and I'm planning to go to Texas Baptist College next year and then cosmetology school after that.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm homeschooled, and I just plan to work.
Hi, I'm Emma. You're right, you can't hear it. I'm also homeschooled, but I'm graduating from Wachi School. And I plan on working at Riverbend this summer and checking out culinary arts afterwards, so.
Okay, there is a little bit of a reverb, but okay. I'm Gwyneth West. I'm also homeschooled. I mean, technically you could say I'm graduating from a co-op Wachi. We'll go with that. And then this summer I'll be working at a summer camp. And then after that, pursuing author conservatory.
Very good.
I'm Samantha, and I'm also homeschooled. I don't have any plans for college yet, but I am doing an internship. It's like an intern missionary trip to India, so yeah, that'll be fun.
Go ahead and tell them for how long.
It's for 6 months. Yes.
Hi, my name is Brooke Davis, and I am not homeschooled. In about a month, I will be a proud graduate of Lido High School, and then I'm going to Mississippi College. It's a little outside of Ole Miss, and then I'm going to go to med school and then be either a neurosurgeon or a plastic surgeon. One of the two.
I'm Hannah Snyder, and I'm homeschooled. And I'm going to Texas Baptist College to study music.
I'm Crystalline. I am homeschooled now, and I will be going to Weatherford.
I'm Catherine. I'm graduating from Weatherford, and I'm going to Tarleton State.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I will be graduating from Weatherford, and I'm going to Texas A&M to study engineering.
Let me pass this on this side. Very good. All right. For all you Texas A&M people, you at least have one person back into your cult, so I'm happy for you. All right? There's always one every single year. Yeah, I know. I see you back there, Randy. Another person part of your cult. All right. Just remember, don't step on that grass or touch that tree or...
No passive aggressiveness at all.
All right. I went to college where I got out the quickest. Our last day of class was April the 15th. That's how I chose my college. All right. It worked out well, didn't it? So here's the question I have for you guys. So we'll popcorn this, but I'm gonna preface it with saying this. There's a lot of you guys up here. We have a limited amount of time, so I really want you to keep your answers short. This isn't a documentary. It's not like 30 seconds, all right? Keep your answers pretty short, pretty concise. This is why I sent you the questions ahead of time, right? All right? So question number 1 is, what's Jesus been teaching you for the last 4 years?
Don't be alone, and learn how to ask for help.
It's good.
I think he's taught me trust, like when the future seems scary, trust God, or when you think you've got things figured out, trust God. Like in either situation, it works.
God has been teaching me not to rely on my own strength and to ask others for help when I need it.
There are seasons for everything. Even if something seems like it's going to last forever, like this world is not eternal. So.
It's okay. We can come back to you.
Patience. That's a big one for me. God's going to make a way through, and I have to trust in Him.
God has been teaching me recently to honestly just trust in Him and trust that any change in my life is going to impact His will and His way.
Patience and trust.
God's been teaching me that He's in the process of perfecting me in each one of us, and He's perfecting us to be our own person, our own Christian, our own follower of Him. And so we're not going to be like just everybody else, and that's okay, and that's how it's meant to be. God made us each unique, and so we find our identity in Him.
The man has a golden sense of humor.
I think just like trusting His plan, and that His plan is way better than ours, and yeah, it's a common theme.
That's good.
Yeah, I guess mine would also be trust in that fear doesn't have to control your life.
good. Very good. All right. So, Sam, I want you to tell, this is specific for you, and this isn't on my list, all right? So what made you went to India, and you decided to basically kind of go back for 6 months. Why did you decide to go back for 6 months?
I think mission trips have been a big part of my life, and that my parents were also went on mission trips when I was little. They went to Haiti, and my mom went to the Philippines. And like ever since I was like 5 years old, I've always wanted to be a missionary. Like that's been just the biggest thing. And my mom would always read me Bible stories and missionary stories. And I just thought those were like so cool to listen to. And I heard about the missionary trip last year to India. It was about for 9 days, I think it was. Yeah. And I just like really love serving. I think that's like my favorite part. Just like serving people and just like telling other people about Jesus, because it just makes me so happy to serve others, and that's what Jesus calls us to do.
Good. Very good. So, out of curiosity, how many of you guys have never been on a mission trip let's say outside of Texas? Is that fair? Yeah. Never been on a mission trip outside of Texas. Okay. Shameless plug. All right. Megan and I are taking a group to New York next spring break. All right. So we are going to, the plan is we're going to break bread with a group of Muslims that are, because at that point they're in Ramadan. I always call it a different name, so that's why I get confused. So we're going to have dinner with a group of Muslims when they break bread after the sun goes down, and then we're going to clean toilets. We're going to pass out things for the church. We're going to work in a school. So shameless plug. So if you've never been on a mission trip, I would encourage you to sign up. I know it's a long ways off, but it gives you a chance, okay? And it'll be the best mission trip you've ever experienced because you've never been on one before. So there you go, all right? And we stay in a hotel, okay? All right, next question, all right? What's been your biggest learning moment up to this point? Your senior year, this last year you've had, what's been the biggest learning moment that you've had?
Of senior year or just the
Of
past 4
senior
years?
year.
Okay. Including this last semester, probably first time I came here and talked in small groups, they kind of helped me realize that I had some stuff that I needed to deal with that I did not deal with, and helped me, because you guys have the counseling system set up, so they helped me to seek that for my issues. I have a bunch, guys, but it was just really eye-opening for me because I didn't realize how much I was holding on to, how much weight was still on me that didn't need to be there. Like, it's already passed. You know, it's in the past. You can move forward because Jesus is the one who's guiding you.
It's good. Can I ask you another question, William?
Yeah.
So you're fairly new to TBC, right?
Yeah.
You haven't been coming very long. So what made you feel comfortable to share that with your small group leaders? You don't have to say what it is. I don't. But what made you feel open enough to share it with your small group leaders?
Just the fact that it was a small group and they were open enough with me that I felt like, okay, they're being open with me, so why would I not trust them as well?
It's good.
I don't really know what my biggest learning experience of senior year is because I feel like I did all of like the big struggles in junior year. But I think that's when I really learned to mostly trust God because I had a lot of things that I was working through like mentally and spiritually, and I just learned to just search for answers. Go to like wise people and mentors and ask them questions and learn and just really study in the Bible and look for answers to your questions.
It's good.
Mine hasn't been specific to senior year either, but I would say choosing who you keep around you and how they influence you.
It's good.
I'm not sure I have a specific one either. Senior year has kind of been a lot all over the place. Probably the same sort of thing is choosing your friends wisely. But also know that, as I said before, there's a season for everything, and there's a reason that God's doing what he's doing. So
It's good.
I guess mine has been, it's kind of cliche, but like if you want change, be the change. Because throughout high school I was kind of like, I don't really like this, but I'm also lazy enough that I'm not going to do anything about it. And turns out things don't change if you don't try to change them. So
It's good. All right.
I would say my biggest struggle was making sure that I kept time for God and what he had for me, because I'm an athlete, as most of y'all know, but like just making sure that I stayed academically strong, competitively strong, and also staying strong in the Word. So
it's good.
I think the biggest thing I learned is that change is necessary, because I moved cross country and a lot of things changed in my life, and without God I would not have been able to make it through that. And to see what became of that change, the new friendships, the new people that I was able to meet, it was just really eye-opening.
I also moved, not as far as you did. So definitely trying to find where I fit in and who I want to be friends with.
I've kind of learned this year especially that although everything around you can change, God does not change, and he's there for you to lean on him, and you need to find good Christians that you can lean on as well.
Good.
I'm going to say, honestly, be picky when choosing your friends, because there's a lot of people out there. So, yeah, you can be picky about that. And also, if you have beef with God, be mad at him. Like, he can take it. If that's what you need, he can take it.
It's good. The question was, what have you learned this year?
Okay. I think the biggest thing I've learned in senior year is learning how to make time for God. Because senior year can be really busy sometimes, because you're trying to finish school and you're trying to get good grades and you're trying to do all this and you're trying to finish everything. But it's really important to make time for God.
Good. Okay. A few more. All right, so I'm going to do this. Let's not clap till we've answered that question. Is that okay? Yeah. That way we can keep moving here. We are. All right, good. All right, so you've got a bunch of where's the mid-hires at? Yeah, look at that. All right, so they are fairly quiet. You should all take a lesson from them, all right? I will give you credit. We just got back from Sky Ranch, and I will say their rooms were so much cleaner than some of yours. Looking at this junior class down here, all right? All right. I'm just letting you know, their rooms were pretty clean. Some of your rooms smelled like sweat within the first hour, okay? So, what advice would you give not just the mid-hires, but what advice would you give the students out there as in terms of TBC, TSM, in that scope, all right, as far as church? What advice would you give them?
We talked about this a lot, and you know that. But again, don't be alone. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out to people, because not only do you make yourself more helpless when you are not around people who can help you get through stuff, but you also lose so many opportunities to help other people.
It's good.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar, like join the community, utilize the resources that you have. Ask for mentorship. You know, there's so many great things that are here, so many friendships, so just kind of, don't isolate yourself, kind of reach out and you'll be pulled in.
Going off of what you said, getting mentoring really helps, but also like go volunteer. There's so many opportunities and you feel really connected.
I'm a natural procrastinator. So don't delay till the last minute. Anxiety isn't something to curl up inside yourself and hide away. It's the time to reach out. That's really hard to do. It's stopped me from going to many events and stuff. But when you're scared, that's the time to reach out and talk to people. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself to someone new or welcome someone into your friend group. There's always someone who's sitting by themselves. So
That's good. Just out of curiosity with what you just said, Emma, how many of you are new within the last, let's say, year or two? It's pretty good. All right. That's pretty rare for you seniors that have come in the last year or two, too. Most seniors are planted at that point. So for you guys to be willing to accept a group of new faces, that says a lot about you guys, but it says a lot about you guys, too. It's good. You can give two. I'll allow it.
Okay. My first one is, if God is giving you an opportunity and you see it, take it. Going off, don't delay, because you either don't know if you'll ever have that opportunity again, and you don't know how else it can impact that person. Because I can't tell you how many times people who I barely know have gone up to me and told me something, either because they say, you know, God told me to tell this, I didn't really want to come up to you, but like, he wanted me to tell you this, and I cannot tell you how much that impacted me. And the second is that, I don't know, this one's a little more specific, but it's okay if you don't remember when you were saved, or like don't remember anything from it, and that worries you, because like it says in Joshua, I don't know if it's Joshua 1:9 or it's somewhere in Joshua, choose today who you will serve. Even if you weren't saved then, you're doubting that then, you can still be saved today, and you don't have to worry about that.
Absolutely. Good. All right.
I would say we have a great group of individuals here at TBC, and that it's important to make connections, whether it's the kids in your small group or your leaders. It's great to build those connections, and you'd be amazed how far it can actually go. So
I'd say don't be afraid to trust those around you, because coming in here last minute, it was hard to trust people, but once you put your trust in them, I think you'll find that a lot of people here just genuinely want to help you, and they've either been through it or know someone who's been through it, and that can be a really helpful thing for you to get a biblical perspective.
What advice would you give them?
Definitely reach out to people. If you feel led to tell somebody that they look better that day or whatever it is, definitely do it, because there's no telling what they're going through.
I say invest in your relationship with God and in the kingdom of God, because you will reap what you sow 10 years from now, 50 years from now. So if you don't put value in the right things, you're not going to reap the right things when it's time.
Girls, the money that you're spending on Lululemon, save it and put it in like, savings accounts. That's what I'm going to say.
I'd say, go to summer camp. Build your relationship with people, and so that when you're having a hard time, not only can you lean on God, but you can lean on them. And if you're a Christian, then that means like these are all my brothers and sisters, and we're all just one big family. And so you can lean on them, and they can lean on you.
That's good. Very good. Good. All right. So last question. Sam, this is requested by you, okay? Because your mom texted me. And you all don't have to answer this. You can kind of popcorn around, all right? You're worried now, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. What is your favorite Bible verse and why?
Who's going?
You can popcorn it. You just go, whoever's got one.
Okay. I never remember the numbers of Bible verses. I'm
okay.
just like that. It's in Matthew, and I know it is, but it's yeah, that made it worse. Not what goes into a man is what defiles him, but what comes out of him is what defiles him. And it's my favorite because I come across a lot of stuff. I didn't have internet filters on when I was little, and it kind of spoke to me like, hey, it doesn't matter that you have seen all this stuff. It matters what you do with it. Like, what are you going to let that be the kind of person that you are now, or are you going to filter what comes out of you, what you say to people, and how you say things to people?
It's good. Good.
I have a couple. They basically, like, the whole theme is just like God's strength, not mine. So I can't remember the exact reference. I just sent it in for another senior quote. But essentially, I like Ephesians 2, verses 8 through 9. For grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God. It's kind of basic, but it's good for a reason, you know, because it's a reminder that it's not our job. It's God's job, that we can rely on him. And then also 2 Corinthians 12:9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. So it's basically, it's God's strength. It's not our own. So we don't have to be strong for God. He is strong for us.
Good.
Mine is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because I tend to rely on my own strength than his.
It's good.
I have it. I don't know where it comes from, and I have most of it. It's the "Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous." It's from yeah, that one. Somebody who has it can look it up later. Be strong and courageous. Have I not commanded you to, like, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it. I completely forgot on the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, she's got it. But fear is a very powerful thing. Are you going to let it rule your life, or are you going to step over it and do what you're going to do anyway? Because that's what God has called you to.
It's good.
I am blanking on the address of it. I think it's in 1 Thessalonians. But it's, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And that was my favorite verse for a long time, because I am very scared to do a lot of things, but through God's power, he makes me be able to do it. I don't impact people the way I want to on my own, but through him, I can. And at one point in my life, I thought I was going insane and that I could not trust anything I thought or remembered or anything like that. But he has given me a sound mind, and he will help me to know what is true and what is not.
Good. Good. You're good.
Good job. Mine is Psalm 29, 1 through 3. It is, Lord is my light and my salvation, so why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger, so why should I tremble? When evil people come to devour me, when my enemies and foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will not be afraid. Even if I'm attacked, I will remain confident. And that has been my favorite verse ever since I was a freshman. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm not fancy. I don't have mine memorized. It's John 1:26 through 27. I like the ESV version the best. I baptized with water, John replied, but among you stands one you do not know. He is the one who comes after me, the straps of whose sandals I am unworthy to untie. For that one, it's just like, it shows me how powerful God is, and like he is separate from us. Like, I don't know how to explain it, so I'm gonna pass.
My favorite's actually the same as Gwyneth's. 2 Timothy 1:7. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. And for me, I am really, really, really shy, and I have anxiety. So I quote that verse to myself daily, in all situations, really. And it just helps me remind myself that God has not given me a spirit of fear. He's given me his spirit, which is the opposite of fear. God is not fear. And so I have no reason to fear either.
Mine would be, I don't know exactly, don't quote me on anything. Pretty much just to trust in him. So.
Yeah.
My favorite verse would be John 14:27 probably. It talks about having peace and God's peace with you, and it's something I've really needed over the years.
I would say mine is Ephesians 4:29. It says, let no unwholesome words come out of your mouth except for those that help to build others up. I feel like the world struggles with that a lot these days, so it reminds me that to be apart from the world and to remain faithful in my faith.
It's good.